Yeah, got a very special guest today. Could you do me a favor and introduce yourself?
Yo, I'm Crip Jolly from Harlem, 30 Crip, man. 37 years old. Went to YA at 17. Got out when I was 24 years old. Maxed out.
Yeah,
You
and,
know,
what was it that caused you to go to YA?
I caught a robbery. A
Damn.
robbery. And I was supposed to go to camp, but my dumb ass went. I took it to trial and lost. So they wanted to give me 10 years in YA with a year credit.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh shit, like, oh damn, they sent me to YA. I ain't gonna lie, I just laughed. Like, you serious? Like, all right, it's time to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And so you originally anticipating going to camp, but fuck it, that didn't happen. You end up going to SR. What are your feelings when you step foot in SR for the first time?
When I walked in SR, I felt like when they gave, cause you know when you in the halls, you got them guns. So when they gave me some boxers, I'm like, oh, this is something different. You know what I'm saying? This is serious. It's like a little mini prison. So I'm like, all right. So I get to SR, they send me to Portola. When I get to Portola, niggas lace me up or whatever. Like, all right, this is what it is. Who is here? You feel me? And shit like that. So I'm like, all right, for sure. So bam, I did the 72-hour little lockdown shit. I think with the TD, they call it TD or whatever.
Yeah.
Get out on TD. You know what I'm saying? I go to rec. I go to rec or whatever. So a nigga from 20s hit me up. Like, where you from? Harlem Crip. Like, I used to be extra out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Harlem Crip. And he's like, oh, I'm from 20s or whatever. So he tried to get off. So I dodged it, you know what I'm saying? And I started getting on him, getting with his program, the police sprayed me and shit. So that's why I'm like, all right. Niggas, when motherfuckers see you like, oh, that nigga got a squad, but they try to take a liking to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Or what with the business? So I had an older nigga that was a Cabrillo, because Sutter was like an older, like violators and shit too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they was out there, they seen it. They were like, all right, they started telling me, like, lacing me up, like, this how you supposed to program, this how it is, like, you feel me, whoop. So I took it and I ran with it, like, all right, for sure, like, you know what I'm saying? But my goal was, honestly, wasn't to max out. That wasn't my goal at all. I wanted to come home to my family. So I'm like, I got 2 years. I'm going to try to see what I can do. But, I had to, you know what I'm saying, make my name, too, at the same time. So it's like, that was a battle within itself. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, try this camp out. You feel me?
Yeah, it's always a battle because, at first when I went in there at 16, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, if I max out, I max out. But as I got closer to going home, that's when the battle really kicks in. Like, oh shit, I can actually go home. You know what I mean? And then shit, like if there's shit cracking, it's like you have to be ready. I mean, you can't be like, no, but I'm going home. It's like, nah, fuck, you're in jail. You know what I mean? Like you gotta do what you gotta do. So so you said you had to try this camp out. So you ended up going to a fire camp?
Yeah, I went up going to Ponderosa. Man, that week of running and all that shit, And that right there taught me a lot of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that shit, you feel me? Because I was like a stubborn, you know what I'm saying, hard-headed motherfucker too. Like I didn't listen, you feel me? Like, but I wound up doing it though. I wound up doing it and I went to camp. I went to Bilonin first. And I got out, I had a fight with a Norteño. Man, the Norteño thought he was hard or whatever, we got into it, you know what I'm saying? And we had a squabble. But we got away though. Somebody told on me on that, you know what I'm saying? And they sent me to Pine Grove. I go to Pine Grove.
Before we get to Pine Grove, let me ask about that. So, not necessarily about the fight, but I want to know more about, because you're from LA, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you see Bloods, you see Crips, you see Southsiders, right? That's what you see. How was it being in a state institution, seeing how was it being in a state institution, seeing Norteños, Bay Area, Bulldogs, just like other cats that you weren't used to functioning with? Was that kind of a trip?
I was already like, I've been doing a lot of time, so I was already like introduced into the Norteños because I've been to I got locked up in Oakland before.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So when I was like 14, and I went to juvenile hall out there, and that's when I first started seeing Norteños. Like, okay, like what the fuck is this? Like, I'm like, they're not essays, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they Hispanics too, but they not Serenios, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I was kind of confused at first, and then like they wear red, and I'm like, but that's the blood's wear red, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm like, and then some of them was saying blood, like you feel me, in Oakland or whatever. So at first I didn't take a liking to them niggas, you know what I'm saying? You feel me, that from the juvenile hall aspect, you feel me? I didn't understand them, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the ones I grew up with, like, you know, the 18s and ATCs and shit like that. You feel me? It was different. You know what I'm saying? So I already was familiar of who they was. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they beef with, you know, Serenios, and, you know, they go at it, whatever. So, and it was a lot of shit going on even in Ponderosa. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, with them fighting each other and shit like that. So I already knew what it was. You feel me? When I ran across that. Now, Bulldogs, I didn't know nothing about. I didn't know what the fuck that was, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went to Ponderosa. So I went to Preston, and that's when I started, all right, the Bulldogs. Like, oh shit, like, this is a different organization too. I didn't know they had all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I just thought it was just Southsiders, you know, Serenios. You feel me?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, then you had the cats from the Bay too, because they're not Bloods, they're not Crips, you know, they're their own thing, you know, that's the Bay, and they you know they down, and then it's crazy because you see, like I tell everybody, like you can't be confused, like there's riders in everything, you know what I mean? Like there's riders, and then you'll find a small group of punks and everything, you know what I mean? That's the way it is. You can find riders, you can find punks, and it's just trippy. When you get there and you just see like, oh shit, like these cats are a little different, but at the end of the day, we're all the same, you know what I mean? Like we're all fucking trying to do the same thing.
Right, exactly, yeah. Because the Bay Areas, I got some niggas from the Bay, you know what I'm saying? That was riders, you feel me? Like that was solid, you know what I'm saying? And I got some niggas from Fresno, I got some niggas from all over, even Asians, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like every organization got their riders, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Got they busters, you know what I'm saying? But I met a gang of riders, you feel me? Especially in YA, you feel me?
So you get kicked out of Ben Lomond, and where did they send you again?
They sent me to Pine Grove.
And how was it in Pine Grove?
And Pine Grove was cool, man. It was straight, man. But it's just, you know, a lot of motherfuckers. All right, like I went to Pine Grove. I was still hard headed. I was in McLeod. I didn't move up to no other position. I just wanted to stay that, like, and I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I had a few fights in Pine Grove. But what happened was we had a fight with the Bay Area. We had a riot over the Laker game.
Damn.
Remember the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings, you know what I'm saying? They were doing that. And, you know, motherfuckers like, oh, fuck the Lakers. And somebody slipped in line and saying, fuck LA.
Yeah.
So, what? Then, you know what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? The little rumble, whatever, and they wound up kicking me out. But before they kicked me out, they sent me to Tamarack. That's that hold in Preston.
Yeah.
Nasty, disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that was my first time going to an actual hole like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this shit is disgusting. I wound up going to TS. And that's where the battle begins.
So let me ask before you get there, when you were in Tamarack, did you know you were going to YTS, or they tell you like, oh, you out of here, you ain't going to no camps anymore?
Yeah, they told me, you know, when you went to, I think you go to board or some shit. Do you go to board? Yeah, they told me like, yeah, we're gonna send you to either YTS or Chad. Mm-hmm. They didn't tell me I was going to TS. I didn't know. Like, you know, I thought I was gonna go to Chad or TS, either or. But they wanted to send me to YTS.
Yeah.
And, TS was a motherfucker, man. I think that was one of the worstest institution I've ever been in. Period. In my history of doing jail time, I think that was the worst institution, man. For real. So I learned a lot in YTS. I learned a lot. You know
how did you feel when you rode up? You know what I mean, in the bus. You're getting to TS. Like, did you hear stories about it? Did you know what was gonna happen? Like, did you unexpected?
You know, like when you first hit the YA, you know, you're gonna hear stories about TS automatically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was prepared. You feel me? Like mentally. Mm. But when I walked in, it was like how can I say, like a you know, when you first walk, it's not you scared, but you like kind of like, in a sense, kind of like nervous a little bit, like, yeah, like, what's gonna happen next? And this lady named Jackie, I came in with the homie from Do Rock and the homie from East Coast, and the Jackie sat us there. I don't know if you know Jackie White or whatever. We went to E&F.
Yeah.
And Jackie sat us down. She's like, look, man, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this right here, the SA's got it. They run this shit. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful what you say. Cause you know why they go with the word. You can't, there's certain things you can't say or whatever. So you gotta be careful, man. And you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up of what's going on down there on that tier. You know that hall, you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up. Do you stay solid, get cracking. But they said usually essays always kick it off. And a lot of times our writers get dropped, this fight or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, like, all right. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing her out and shit like that. So, you know, I wind up going down the tier. As soon as I go down the tier, I get banged on. Hey, where you from? Woo? But it's the homie. It's the homie from the hood. So,
yeah.
So I'm like, all right, Kel, like, what up, Kel? Woo? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me and started, so he write me a kite, lacing me up what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So at that time, we was out with the Blackstones, you feel me? Because they had ran one of my homies in Muslim service.
Oh shit.
So the homie like, yeah, when we get there, we gonna kick it off, you know what I'm saying? Or we gonna run some fades, cuz. So I'm like, oh, Harlem Crip, like, yeah, put me on the list, cause I need that, you know what I'm saying? Cause my boy that they ran, that's my love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we gonna get that or whatever. So he just started he told me about, you know, how this shit is, you know what I'm saying, the essay, you got some that diss, you feel me, you know what I'm saying, that diss blacks and shit like that. It was real racist in YPA. It was real racial. And that's when I experienced like real like racist shit. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe my ears. You feel me? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah, you know what's crazy is there's a lot of head games when it comes to that racism too, because it's like not only will they call you out your name or out your race, but they're gonna try to use anything, females, pictures, anything they could take, like anything. I mean, like you could have like for example, if I'm in the chair with the green lighter, and they found a picture of a Bisage dressed like all gay. Oh, this is you, this is y'all, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, like anything that they can like motherfuckers could do to try to get in your head, or to, and it's crazy because like I agree with you totally, because when I was in Nellis, there were racial components to it, but it wasn't like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers are like, this is really fucking racist right here. Like, this is a racist motherfucking place, you know, like.
Right.
But like you hear about segregation in the South, it's like, damn, that's this motherfucker right here. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that TS led to the streets too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that took the racial shit more on the streets too. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit got way hectic. It got too hectic. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's just because when I was on E&F, you know, I was there with my homie C-Dave and shit like that, and that was my first ride.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first ride. Remember when the Florence was beefing with the East Coasters?
Yeah.
And nigga from Florence get up and rush niggas from the East Coast or whatever. So they start swapping. But I'm just looking like, what's going on? Like, you feel me? Like, first we all just looking, but the staff made it to where like it's about to kick off. So they telling all of us, instead of trying to break up this fight, they get down. Yeah. So next, you know, we like, everybody get to looking around and just go up. We start rambling. It's a big ass ride. You know what I'm saying? That was my first ride in YTS. And that's when I said, all right, this shit is real. You feel me? I had a ride in school. You know what I'm saying? I had a ride in, hold on. I had a you hear me? I had a ride in the auditorium.
Let's hear about the school one first. How did that end up cracking?
Oh, well, well, you know, I guess they remember they had the GBs or whatever.
The Grave Busters, yeah.
The Grave Busters, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm in class, and bam, essay, you can tell he got out the Rock, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So he goes, you remember the Rock? You know
yeah, hell yeah, O&R, yeah, the Rock.
So he come in the classroom or whatever, you know, but he could tell he knew, but he like on everything, you know what I'm saying? He looking at everything or whatever. I don't know if he was counting or I don't know what the fuck, but I was like, I used to be real alert on shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, what's up with this nigga, you know what I'm saying? So this nigga, so I tell the homie like, well, he wasn't gonna homie, but he was a black. I'm like, hey, bro, like, hey, watch your boy right there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, that nigga look like he on to something, you feel me? Next, you know, he doping this is the one black nigga, you know what I'm saying? And it go up. You know what I'm saying? That was like it was 12 Hispanics and 3 of us. You feel me?
Damn.
We wound up rumbling. You know what I'm saying? We rumbling. So I'm like, then that's when I started being like laced, like, oh yeah, you got some of them that, you know, because you know, GBs, when I got there, GBs was over with. You feel me? Yeah. That shit got cut down from what happened in the pen or whatever. So, but they still had that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And they was getting out the Rock, kicking it off and going back to the Rock. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So yeah, so that went up, whatever. So I'm like, all right, this my third one now. No, that was my second one. So the third one was in the auditorium.
Yeah.
The auditorium and shit. You know what I'm saying? The essay, rush nigga for Bonnie on us. Rush my boy headquarters. So we go up. It's a big ass riot. It's like
was that what was it, a church thing or what was it, like in the auditorium? What happened there? I know
it was a school thing.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
I forgot what it was. It was having like some type of performance or something for school or whatever. And everybody from school went to the auditorium. It was a gang of us.
Yeah.
So you know, I went with my homie C-Dave, you know what I'm saying? And next, you know, I'm talking to him, and it's like a little scuffle. Like I see a nigga jump off the bleachers, run straight to the front and get off.
Yeah.
So they like scuffling. The whole thing just erupted. So you know, it's a big ass riot. You know what I'm saying?
How does that one feel? Like, because I know the other ones you said they're like pretty, like I would say when it comes to the staff, contained, right? Because it's like it's a few. They're like small. Like if you compare it to like wildfires, they're small fires, right? When you get to the auditorium, that's a big, that's acres. Yeah, that's a big ass fucking place where a few cans of pepper spray ain't gonna contain that shit. You know?
Yeah, they have to use Fogger, the little block gun they got. You know what I'm saying? They have to use that to stop us. You feel me? And that right there, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of pumped up to that. I was like, oh yeah, like this shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, after the ride, they talking shit like, yeah, we, you know what I'm saying? Like amongst each other, like, yeah, cuz, will you see me? Well, or whatever, you feel me? So I was kind of like hyped, like, all right, well, but I was like still wondering, like, man, what the fuck, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize is when you're busted and something like that happens, it's like there's adrenaline that kicks in and you're young. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think that's a huge factor is you're young and you're like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like whatever happens, like you're a youngster, you know what I mean? Like you don't give a fuck what happens tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's like when that shit happens, it's like, oh, it's go time. You know what I mean?
It's go time. A motherfucker better not lay it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get cracking. You know what I'm saying? Swing as hard as you can, as fast as you can, and get out the way. You feel me? So that's when, you know, when I seen somebody, you know, get whacked. You feel me? I seen somebody get whacked, and so that led into, you know, that led into all type of shit, man. And then we went to the cell, you know, and they wanted to send me to G&H because I was trying to go to Y&Z.
Yeah.
So I was trying to go home, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to send me to G&H. So G&H at that time when I went, that was where K&L was. K&L wound up, they made K&L the Rock and moved K&L to G&H.
Yeah, that's when they were doing the facility planning, trying to remodel all the units and shit.
Yeah, that's when they changed a little wind, all that shit. So I wound up going to G&H and shit, and that's where it got started. That's where my time. Well, that's when I really started catching time from that G&H building. You know what I'm saying? And because it was too much tension. I was phase 1 for the rides and shit. I was phase 1, so I'll go to G&H, and you know they had like few people on the tier, but it wasn't really no disrespect. Like, you know what I'm saying? To this white boy, he was a Crip, and he wound up. As a matter of fact, Robbie knows about this incident because you know what I'm saying. Robbie was part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this white boy named Cousin P or whatever, he was a Crip, Bakersfield, and that was my boy too. You know, and he went to church, and the essays got off him. You know what I'm saying? They snaked him when they was praying, and it went up. It went up.
Was he a green light or anything, or was it just?
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he probably
they wound up putting him on the green light. They wound up putting him on the green light because he shot back. Or you know when motherfucker, because the essay this or whatever, and he like reject. So you know when you reject something, it's like you shooting back, but he shoot back he reject to erase this. Yeah. So they say he on the light or whatever. So I'm like, all right, for sure. So mind you, I was on 3 and 4 on the H with the H. Yeah, I was on the H side on 3 and 4. He was on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So they like, all right, when he come out, mind you, now I already have phased up. I'm phase 2 now.
Damn.
But I got homies, you know what I'm saying, on 1 and 2 side or whatever. I got homies from the hood on that side, so I'm on 3 and 4. And he phased up. So I was phase 2. So when he come back or whatever, they like he on the green light. So I'm like, yeah, they like, yeah, he rejected one of their fucks. So I'm like, damn, cuz about to kick off. You know what I'm saying? Like when we come out or whatever. So you know the staff, they be up on game, you know what I'm saying, about a lot of shit, you feel me, that's going on and shit like that. So they wind up letting him out, but they wind up letting him out solo to where a worker could catch him or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the worker seen him and they start swapping. The worker seen him, and he rushed him. The SA rushed him or whatever. So they start swapping and shit. Bam. So when they start swapping, they start dissing. The essays, that some of them that just got off the rock start dissing blacks, like, you know what I'm saying, dissing whatever. So there was big dissing over there. So we had a worker. Oh, you probably was Nellis with my boy Lil Will Bonnie.
Yeah, I remember Lil Will.
Yeah, Lil Will Bonnie. So he was a worker at the time. Him and his boy Baby Y from Crenshaw Mafia and shit. So they come tell me like, hey, and they was dissing over there and shit. They did blacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? They was phase 3, but Lil Will was coming out too. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, who was dissing? He told me who was dissing. I'm like, all right, I'm about to kick it off. You know what I'm saying? So this is my first, like, okay, like, you feel I'm about to set it off. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stick on my words. So I wound up sending all my magazines across the way, like, I had a pack of cigarettes. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wound up like, I had some money too. Like, hey, I think I cheaped the money though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, you ain't let go of that shit.
So I'm like, hey, I'm about to set it off. I tell my boy, like, cross the hall, I'm about to kick it off. Like, real, niggas, motherfuckers used to be talking, they gonna do something, but they really don't do it. You know what I'm saying? They like, I was serious though. You feel me? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting tired of this shit. You feel me? There's too much going on. So I wound up going. We went to because once that isolated situation happened, they feel ain't no more tension, ain't nothing else gonna happen because they got rid of the problem. You know what I'm saying? For that one-on-one. But nah, that didn't get rid of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That initiated the problem. So now it's a bigger problem. Because when I go to the day room, I kick it off or whatever. I kick it off. You know what I'm saying? It was a big riot too.
Did you have a specific target you were going for, or was it just anybody?
I was going for the person that I heard that I was told that this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that. And I went after him. You feel me? And it went up. It went up. It got. It's my beautiful new boy right here. My beautiful new boy daughter right here.
Yeah. Congrats.
You want to be in the interview? Yeah. So here, hold her real quick. My bad, man.
That's cool. On your trip. We got this.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, it was would go up. It would go up. It go up or whatever. So bad they wind up putting me in the holding room. This is my first time in the holding room.
Yeah, for those who don't know the holding room, explain the holding room because that shit.
Man, that shit is probably the size of this right here. Like first of all, it's 2 doors.
Yeah.
It's like a little cave area. Like it's strange. So then they open the wooden door, then it's like a little space, then it's like a bar door that they open. And it's like your bed is like directly right next to the toilet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even work out in that motherfucker. It's so small. You feel me? It's like a real dungeon. So they want to put me in there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hell no. And that right there, like, if your mind ain't strong, that shit'll break you. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, it'll break you. And I wind up doing like 25 days in that holding room.
God damn.
Yeah, because they didn't want to let me out or whatever. And I kept, so I'm like, man, my TD is up. You know, once your 7-day TD is up, they gotta extend it. If they don't extend it, they gotta let you out. So I'm like, my TD is up, what's going on? They wind up extending 14 days. Then they extended 21. Then the 25th day, I'm like, what's going on? Well, I'm riding the visa. I get sent to the Rock.
Damn. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was gonna say, like, if they don't let you out during that time, then they're gonna have to give you a program.
And they sent me to the motherfucking Rock, man. And that was the worst mistake they did, man. And that was the worst experience I experienced right there because I didn't know all this was going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear about shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, the motherfuckers be dissing, they be walking the line, and you know the homies telling me and shit like that. Cause you had the Mad Ass Crips.
Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about, touch on, because I haven't had the chance to speak on anyone. Like I spoke to people who knew about the Mad Ass Crips, but not really knew about the inner like working of them. So for a lot of people that don't know, the Mad Ass Crips were kind of like an answer to the Gravebusters. You know what I mean? Like these were rider ass Crips. These were like they were going to get off every chance they got. Most of them were on the green light. I think were all of them on the green light.
All of them. You know what I'm saying? They all green lighter.
Yeah. So
they all was the Mad Asses. They was an active ass organization. You know what I'm saying? They had everything on site. If you're not a Crip, if you're not,
I didn't know that. Even Bloods.
Hell yeah, they had all Bloods on site, all powers, all Bay Areas, all white boys, all essays. The only one they didn't have on site was the Norteños and the active Crips. If you're not an active Crip, they gonna rush you too. You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned the GBs, the Mad Ass, and what else was there?
You had to. Well, you know, Mad Ass basically that all. See, people really don't know that Mad Ass actually came from a saying. It was like like when they get cracky, they like Mad Ass Crip, but really it was a nationwide Rip Riders and a Tales from Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they all combined as Mad Ass Crip. But then you had the UBGs, United Black Guerrillas. You feel me? And then you had the Gravebusters, but they died out. They died out, but it was still there. It's just they couldn't push that. Remember, they couldn't push that no more.
Yeah.
So you had the active essay, because the essays, they was going at it with each other too. You feel me? They was rushing their homies that wasn't active. You know what I'm saying? They was rushing their homies that's programming it. Because when they shut Nellis down, that's what really made it worse. When they shut Nellis down. So I wound up going to the Rock, man. Now that right there, when I went to the Rock, that right there opened my eyes, you know what I'm saying? To where, oh shit, like, damn, cuz this nigga be cracking ears, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just in class with this nigga, like, you feel me? Like, and I was seeing like essays that I would just chop it up with, cool and shit. And when I get to the Rock, they dissing blacks.
How does that feel? Like, honestly, because I know exactly what you're saying, because I've seen that in a smaller scale when I was in Nellis, where you'd see like a green lighter and you'd be like, damn, I thought that motherfucker was cool. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck. So how does that feel? Like, cause like when you're like, what the fuck, dog? Like, we were chilling. You know what I mean? Like, are you angry? Are you confused? Are you upset? What would you say?
I felt it was very disrespectful. You know, to me, like, I felt like, damn, cuz, like, you was just chopping over me. Now you diss my race. But overall, like, now that I look back at it, it was all games, homie. You know what I'm saying? It was all a game, man, because I could see the essays. Because I was in the pen with a lot of essays that you know what I'm saying, that we was going at it, you know what I'm saying, and why, but we cool now, you know what I'm saying? It was all the game that people was playing, you feel me? So when I get, but at that time, we didn't consider it a game.
Yeah, it's just happening right then and there, yeah.
At that time, we took that shit serious, like, man, fuck that. That nigga disrespect, like, you know what I'm saying, his own, you feel me?
Yeah.
So when I got to the Rock, like, it was only like 3 blacks on the tier. And I mean, the essays like woke me up, like kicking the door. They flooded the whole tier, and they had songs and shit, and this, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Cause like, it kind of like, what? Like, I ain't never experienced no shit like this in my life. Like, cause that's how these niggas getting out, cuz, and it was the ones that I seen that we was cool, that we used to exchange coffee or, you know what I'm saying, cigarettes or weed or anything, you feel me? And it's like, you over here just dissing now. Like, it's like, damn, cuz, this how niggas playing ball? So I wound up doing like 2 months or whatever. And mind you, remember I had I was supposed to go home. I had like
2 years, you said.
Yeah, I was supposed to go home. I had like probably 6 more months to go home. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the Rock though, so I wanted to become the grievance clerk on the Rock. Because mind you, they made me a worker. They made me a worker with 2 essays on the Rock. So I was a worker. We was cool, whatever. My boy from Drifter from Landon Street, and I think what was his name, from Florence, Sleep from Florence. We wound up becoming a worker. I was a worker or whatever. And we was chilling. Everything was good. Everything was good and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they wound up getting fired and shit. They got fired, got kicked out. But I was a grievance clerk. So I'm like, they were talking about paroling me from the Rock.
Oh shit. So, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I can try it out. I'm a grievance clerk or whatever. So, man, I'm a worker and shit like that. But and don't let them feel more better than being in the main line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That first experience on the Rock was, I was just like, okay. So I wind up, I do like 4 months on the Rock because I wound up catching some time on the Rock because when they got fired, they wound up, the staff wound up recruiting, bringing one of my boys out to work for workers, but they didn't integrate us no more because, oh, as a matter of fact, let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. All right, man. One of my when they get fired, right? You remember because the Rock used to have integrated workers.
Yeah.
When they got fired and shit, they wound up trying to bring this essay out named Pranks Colonia Chiques. But Pranks diss.
Yeah.
He diss blacks. You know what I'm saying? So when we integrate or whatever, I get up, I get cracking. You know what I'm saying? We used to wind up fighting and shit. So that kind of like separated us from being integrated. They kind of like was on pause on that shit now. You know what I'm saying? So they like, okay, we're gonna have the blacks work this time and the essays work this time, whatever. So I wind up my boy he was from Chicago. Me and him wound up working. So they bring out this dude named Downer from Avenues, and I can say names.
Yeah.
All right, Downer from Avenues, and oh yeah, my boy Ritter from South Lows or whatever, right? So they wind up being the workers for the essay, but we was separated.
Yeah.
But Downer used to be woofing or whatever. He was a big ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And he used to be woofing and shit. You know what I'm saying? He used to be dissing blacks. And mind you, I wasn't dissing or nothing. So, but he like was woofing on me because, you know, the homies, I had a lot of respect. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Mad Asses, they wanted me to be part of the Mad Ass. I had a lot of respect for with this Crip or whatever. So they all took a liking to me. So they used to be woofing like, man, Jolly gonna beat your ass. Like, when we got integrated, Jolly gonna fuck you up. And he like, yeah, I'm gonna squeeze Jolly. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he woofing on me, but I ain't never woofed on this dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do no woofing. You feel me? So I wound up going to, he wound up coming to my cell one day, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, like, hey, I'm like, I ain't with the woofing, you know what I'm saying? But when we see each other, we gonna holler or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I wound up catching him slipping, you feel me? And, as we working or whatever. We wind up, I ran through the breezeway. I ran through the breezeway and rushed him. You feel me? Yeah. It was like we had a 2-on-2. We had a 2-on-2 or whatever. Remember the breezeway that cuts to the other side?
Yeah.
So we had a 2-on-2. So bam. So that's when they started like saying like, oh, is Johnny a G-Light or nah? But he ain't cracked ears though. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I'm rushing the ones that did though. You feel me? I didn't play that. You know what I'm saying? When I felt like disrespected, I wasn't going for that. So after that little 2-on-2, they wound up kicking me out and sending me to main line. So I wound up going to I think I went to W next. Y'all went to W. Did I go to W next? Or yeah, I went to W next. Bam. Then W next, we wound up moving to M&N. We wound up moving to M&N. Oh, before my phone died, we put the start on it.
All right.
And I wound up seeing, I had homies we was cool with essays, like my boy G Blue from Broadway.
Yeah.
He was cool. He had run flies that was essays, but it's like we couldn't believe what was actually going on because it's like, damn, the ones he was run flies with is dissing.
Damn, that's fucked up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the ones he was run flies with cool, like, you know what I'm saying? He used to eat after each other, you feel me? Because all that shit, you can't eat after each other, all that shit started in TS. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel me? Like, all that shit, like, when the niggas got older, they say you can't take nothing food from him and all that weird shit, you feel me? So, it was like, because, TS was like a mini prison. So, hold on one second.
Yeah.
So, we was, like, caught off guard because it's like, damn, like, the ones that we was cool with, sagging with, and Nellis and all that shit it's a different outcome. It's a different outcome in TS. Like, yeah. It's different. Like what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we have, my boys I was fucking with, we was real solid. Like my boy from West Coast 30's, my boy Blue, my homie C Dave, you know what I'm saying, Infant Hilly. It's a gang of us, you know what I'm saying? It's a gang of homies, you feel me? And but when I got
wasn't Ellis in most of them? Did you just mention Blue? I was in Hayes with Blue, but I was in Hayes with Hilly. You know what I mean? So fuck it, yeah. I know those cats are real solid cats.
Yeah, Infant Hilly, you know what I'm saying, and my boy Chico from Trey Gangsters. You feel me? The homie C Day, Tiny D Mac, Infant D Mac. You know
I was in Dallas with them too. Yeah, solid cats.
Yeah, so Tiny D Mac wound up coming to TS too. So I was already on a roll, like, I was already on one now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, if I see one that cracked ears, I'm not letting them slide. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm getting cracking or whatever. And so I wound up going to W next, and my boy G Rad from Skyline, that's one of my gangsters right there. You feel me? That nigga was with the business, and he, me and him, you know what I'm saying? Because he was tripping out too when he was like, damn, like he went in Nellis and shit, like damn, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was just cool, like, and now, like, we motherfucker this, and he couldn't understand it, too. So,
yeah.
Like, fuck, like, yeah, this how niggas playing ball. So, it was...
So let me ask real quick. Now, you said he's from Skyline. Because you're not officially a Mad Ass Crip, you have no obligation to run it with him, right? Because he's a Pyru.
Hell no. I ain't gonna run. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was for my peoples, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I never joined Mad Ass. You feel me? I never joined that shit. Nation, they wanted me to be part of that shit. But I respect y'all. I got love for y'all, but I'm not going to join y'all because this is not my MO. This is not what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rushing any black. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that. So we wind up, so I wound up going back to the Rock. I want to go back to the Rock and shit. You feel me? And that's when I came out, you know what I'm saying? I came out with an organization, me and G Red from Skyline. You know what I'm saying? We was next door neighbors on the Rock, and we came out with an organization to stop, because I felt like, why is we rushing each other and fight each other, right?
Yeah. And
we got the essays that's totally outnumber us, and they attacking us, and it's like, instead of us getting to them, we want, because it wound up being segregated to where blacks program, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's they consider hot, they program with each other, and the essays that getting cracking, you know what I'm saying? They program with each other. They wind up being segregated. So then you got the badass coming in there, and we fight each other and go to the Rock for each other.
Yeah.
For fighting each other, you know what I'm saying? We not actually getting the ones that's actually disrespecting our race.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this ain't got nothing to do with nobody against nobody. You feel me? Because you know that was YA gang. So it's like we wind up starting an organization, and it was a United Black Guerrillas. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we came as one. We started recruiting. You know what I'm saying? And our mission was to anybody that oppress us or diss us, you got to get at them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was our mission. You feel me? And we wind up getting real big at it. You know what I'm saying? Wind up getting real big. You feel me? And I did 10 rock programs. You feel me? I wound up doing 10 rock programs. But like I had because I had kicked it off at Muslim service. I had kicked it off, and they wanted to send me to Chad.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Chad, I was like on some, all right, you know what I'm saying, on the black, but Chad was totally different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chad was way different. And
yeah, I don't think we ever talked to anybody who was in Chad. So could you break it down a little bit? How was Chad? How was it different than all the rest of these institutions? Because it's similar to YTS where it's 18 to 25.
Right.
And cats that have been to the joint going over there. But how is it different than YTS? Like,
all right, Chad. When I was in Chad, there wasn't no essays here. You know what I'm saying? It was just Bulldogs, Norteños, Crips, Bloods, Bays, and everybody had their own organization. Like everybody, they stick to their organization. It wasn't so it was like mainly gang banging. It was like gang banging. So when I got to Chad, when I first got to Chad, I took off. I took off on this white boy or whatever. You know, as soon as I got off the bus, and they wanted to send me to the hold in Chad. And I was in the hold in Chad for a little bit, whatever. I wound up hitting the main line. But I was still pressing like on some black shit or whatever till this dude from West Side Paru, which is my boy now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wound because that's crazy because I just gave this nigga some money and shit. But it's crazy though. I hated that nigga in YA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't stand that motherfucker. But he wound up disrespecting me when he was in another building.
Yeah.
So when he do that, I rally up my boys, you know what I'm saying? Like this is straight from orientation. And we go to school and I run the classroom and take off them.
Yeah.
I run the class. We wind up jumping them. We wind up jumping them and shit. So bam, this nigga calling me, this motherfucker just keep calling me, man. I wind up rushing them. We jumping and shit. Bam. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh, this is how these niggas want to play, huh? All right, so it's on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wound up going to San Joaquin. San Joaquin. That was like majority Crips. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? My boy Nutty from Venice Show Line, G Blue Broadway Rhino rolling up, Tall Kid from East Coast. But it was the Norteños there too. Norteños, you know what I'm saying? And white boys. It was in a few Bloods in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? So we wound up having a ride with the Norteños. We wound up having a ride with them, you know what I'm saying? And but that's when I seen like real, that's when I really started doing burpees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the fuck that shit was. That shit wore my ass out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when I first started doing that shit, like, what the fuck is this? So I wound up doing burpees and shit. And that's when I learned all that shit from them. You know what I'm saying? Like doing burpees and shit like that. So, you know, when the Chad was off the hook, man, it was off the hook, but it was like more like prison. Like, you know, it was more organized. It wasn't like rowdy. It wasn't rowdy like, it was rowdy. It had this, you know what I'm saying, its tons, but it wasn't nothing like TS. TS was just wild. Like, it was just wild. But Chad was more like organized because you had the Norteños, they was organized. They all used to work out in unison, like they was in prison, like, you know what I'm saying? And you had the homies too, as you know, the Keyways, we working out in unison, structuring up and shit like that. And I wound up, I had a lot of little incidents. I wound up having the Bulldogs on site. You feel me? I threw the Bulldogs on site because they was dissing Crips. Cause you remember in YA and shit, like, remember that you had the Triple B 13. Remember I don't know if you ever heard of that, whatever.
Yeah, the Bay, the Bloods, the Bulldogs, and the Southsiders. Yeah,
then you had the CXIV and all that shit. And
yeah.
So I wound up going to the hold. I wound up going to SAC, and I couldn't believe my ears when I started hearing all these Bulldogs dissing Crips. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, what? Like, so I'm like, all right, because you remember Bulldogs was only on one hall. Like, they was only on Smith.
Okay.
They couldn't walk the line with the Norteños because they was on site with each other. So they was only on Smith Hall. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Smith Hall just to get at you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that, you feel me? So I wound up writing a grievance. And I said, I would like to get sent to Smith Hall. And I did. I got sent to Smith Hall when I got out the hole. And I was only there for 10 minutes. As soon as I get there, I ran out of my cell and took off on 2 bulldogs.
Yeah.
And I do my shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wound up going right back to the hole. Then I went to the hole, did my program, wound up going back to San Joaquin. I kicked it off on the white boys. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then you know, a few incidents where I ran across the field and took off on this blood dude. Because, you know, them niggas rushed my homies. They rushed my homie or whatever. So I felt some type of way. So I threw the whole Smith Hall on site. Like, y'all all on site. You know what I'm saying? like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Because they said a few of them came out, like, trying to do something, too. So So I had all the homies, like, we going to have the whole Smith Hall on site. Anybody from Smith Hall, rush them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Bays, the Bloods, the Bulldogs, even the Crips. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't Norteños there or whatever, or SAs. So Chad, I had my experience in Chad to where they wound up kicking me out of Chad. They kicked me out. I was only in Chad for like 11 months.
Yeah.
And they wound up kicking me out. So that's when my time, like, you know what? I'm about to just max out.
Yeah,
You know, like,
real quick, my camera just died, so you're not gonna see me, but I'm still here.
All right. Then I'm like, fuck it. I'll just max out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I kept telling my family, like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming home this year. And this year turned into next year. You know what I'm saying? The year turned to next year. And I wound up maxing out from the rock. You feel me? I maxed out from the rock. I walked out in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying?
so let me ask, because you max out, right? You did what, about 7 years?
Yeah, I did 7 years. 6 years and like 9 months.
So about 7 years. Let's say,
7 years.
Yeah, rounded off 7 years. So fuck it. Did about 7 years, and you're rocking and rolling the whole time. So did that prepare you for the streets, where it's like, were you able to reintegrate back to society, or was it just like, because you didn't really learn anything in there, it's like was just like gangbang mentality as soon as you get back out?
Yeah, honestly, like okay, like I used to, I kind of taught myself too, though. I used to study a lot, I used to read a lot. You know what I'm saying? I used to, you know what I'm saying? I exercised my mind in there too, though. I wasn't no dummy. I wasn't just squabbing and, you know what I'm saying, and gang banging and shit. I was actually learning too, you know what I'm saying? And I never got my GED in there, you know what I'm saying? But I used to read a lot of books. You feel me? I used to study. I wound up forming like a workout program to where I had like a few of us doing the same thing I was doing, like as far as the workout. I was really like into that work. So I decided I wanted to become a fitness trainer when I got out.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, like I wasn't really prepared for the streets though, because that experience right there made me more like aggressive, like on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like more into getting the hood right. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still had that young mentality still though. Like, you know what I'm saying, hanging out, gang banging every day, you know, because I was maxed out, so I didn't have to worry about no parole.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, so I'm in the hood every day, like, you know what I'm saying, and I was squabbing, you know, in the hood. Like, I wasn't really ready for the streets. You feel me? I wasn't really ready, like, mentally. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, as far as like that, because I didn't succeed. I didn't succeed out here, so I went right back to jail. Damn. Like 6 months later, I went to jail. I wound up doing a year. That's when I went to the pen. I wound up doing a year. Then I got out, went back, and that's when I wound up doing I did 13 months when I went to the pen the first time. Then I went back and I ended up doing 10 years.
Damn.
You feel me? So I just got out. But now that I'm out now, I'm prepared for society. I'm tired of jail. Like because you remember back then it was kind of hard to get a job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like back then when I was fresh out of YA, I couldn't find no jobs. Like it was hard. Yeah. Everybody was like, man, if you're a felon, it's hard to get a job and shit like that. So I started working with my uncle or whatever doing construction. I didn't like that shit. I don't like being told what to do. I felt it was too much hard work. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck all that shit. I ain't doing that shit or whatever. So I stopped doing it. So I started, getting money in the streets. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So But that right there led me to go to jail, led me to go to prison. And I wound up doing that this last bid right here, 10 years in prison and shit. And prison was a hell of an experience, but it was nothing like YA. Yeah. YA taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying? YA taught me a lot, man. And prison did too, but it made me think more. Yeah. YA, you don't think like that because there's always something going on. It's always fuck up. You thinking about how you gonna sock somebody out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or how I'm gonna plant this punch on the motherfucker, you feel me? But yeah, when I went to the pen, like I was able to think more. I was able to, you know what I'm saying? And I started looking at life like differently. Like I can't just be sitting here all day. Like cause I was on level 4s, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I was there with majority lifers, you feel me? And motherfuckers that have been there 30 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm like, I can't, and I see niggas with gray hairs and old niggas and I've been there. I'm like, I can't grow up like this. I can't grow up in the system like this, be in the pen, doing 20 years with gray hairs and like, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I wound up getting out. Say it again.
I said, cats don't realize like you don't stay young forever. Like you feel young, like when you're in those riots, you feel young, you feel like you're on top of the world. But little by little, you're getting older. You know what I mean? And then before you know it, you're like, oh, fuck.
And you start being forgotten about, too, by your family and shit like that. I mean, they always think about you, but you know, out of sight, out of mind. That's a real saying. You feel me? Yeah. It's a true statement. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, people start forgetting about you. Because I started doing so much time to where I would just consider a jailbird. Like, oh, he going to get out and go back to jail. Yeah. Oh, that was his MO. Oh, he going to get out and go right back to jail. I couldn't stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And this the longest I ever been out. You know what I'm saying? In my life. You feel me? This the longest. As soon as I got out, I got a job. I got a car. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I started work. I was working for this. I'm still working now. But I was working for this college. It's called Associate Technical College. You know what I'm saying? I was a recruiter for the college. And it showed a lot of positive side in me. Like, you know, I'm able to recruit people and get people to change their life. Yeah. As far as, you know what I'm saying, the school and I'm drilling them how to, you know what I'm saying, go about it. Because I know from experience what I live. So I see young niggas like, bro, like, you got to do something different, bro. Like, just running the streets ain't going to get you nothing but locked up in prison or in jail, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't too light on giving people time no more. You know, they give people a lot of time now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm more like on the positive side as far as like, you know, getting people right, getting people together. Cause I don't want to see people fall like how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see that, you know what I'm saying? That's not a good look. Yeah. I mean, it was cool when the nigga was doing it, you know what I'm saying? It looked cool, but as you get older, that shit ain't cool. That was just a waste of time. Yeah. And a memory, you know what I'm saying? And not really a good memory. Hold on 1 second. What's wrong with her?
She was holding the chin back, so I grabbed it off her hand.
Yeah, that's my baby, man. So
yeah.
So this is my first child too, man. So it's like it's a blessing, man, to have her. You feel me?
I'm gonna go open the game for mom.
It's definitely a blessing, you know what I'm saying? I came on, and you know what's crazy? Like after all the racial shit that was going on and shit, my baby mama is Hispanic, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. And my baby mama is Hispanic. You feel me? We live together. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we live together. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time having a baby. She has 2 other kids. You know, and I look at life totally different now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a baby. I don't know. It makes you look at life like from a whole different perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about you no more.
Yeah.
It's about you got somebody that you got to be responsible for now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to be looking up to you. So it's like you can't live the way you was living, you know what I'm saying, before. You know what I'm saying? Because you got somebody that's you got a responsibility now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And before I didn't give a fuck. It's like shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're young, yeah.
I was young. I didn't care. I really didn't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? My brother got killed. So it's like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My mom died when I was in YA. You feel me? So
damn.
That made my mentality really like, fuck the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how that's what really made me go crazy in YA too. But now I look at life totally different, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to better myself as a person. I still, don't get me wrong, I still have some ways that I would never leave you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah, it's true. I've been out for 17 years. And,
that's a blessing, man.
And there's still things that are there. You know what I mean? Like, and it's still things I got to work on. You know what I mean? There's still things where even my wife would tell me like, "Damn, you're acting immature as fuck," and I'm like, "All right, I got to correct that." You know what I mean? Because it's like you said, it's in you. You know what I mean? Like, but it's all about controlling that shit. You know what I mean? It's all about saying, you know what? Like, fuck that. Like I'm trying to be better and disciplined. You know what I mean? That's the best form of self-love.
Right. Exactly. And what makes me more proud too, because a lot of people see it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people see that in me, like I'm proud of you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really out here living now. You know what I'm saying? You staying out. Like, you feel me? You got a kid. You're a good father. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of that. I ain't never seen this jolly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen this jolly like this. You feel me? Because every time you see me, either I'm in the hood, gang bang with a burner, squabbing or something, or I'm in jail. Yeah. You feel me? They didn't see me like this with a baby and, you know what I'm saying, taking care of my baby, you feel me, changing diapers and going out to eat and, you know what I'm saying, going to different countries and shit like that, you feel me, exploring the world, like actually enjoying life, you know what I'm saying, like that what you're supposed to be doing. You feel me? That's what we're supposed to be doing. They never seen that.
Now, let me ask you about that real quick. Seeing other countries, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of cats that they don't see beyond their neighborhood. Like when I was a kid, I didn't see beyond Monte. Like that's it, right? Like, I'm Monte. I'm like well, I don't give a fuck what's going on out there. And it's like fucking but it's like having a passport. Like, damn, that's something in itself. You know what I mean? Like, you could go anywhere the fuck you want. You know what I mean? How is that like to understand, to get to that point where you understand the world is way bigger than the block?
Man, way bigger, man. And for anybody that want to know, man, I think they should try it, man. At least try it one time to see how happy they'll feel about, you know what I'm saying, actually succeeding. You know, you feel a success. Like,
yeah,
damn, I got to go right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't got to worry about nobody looking over my shoulder, and I ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker jumping out on me or banging on me or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just out here free, living. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing the different waters and the different people, the different accent, you know what I'm saying? Different languages. And you know, you don't know what you're missing. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they missing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I feel anybody, you know what I'm saying, that ain't never been there, explore the world, man. It's totally different. It's a beautiful scene, and they're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what motherfuckers need to do, man, because like right now, as soon as I get off this ankle monitor, where we going, baby? Where we going? What was that spot you said we was going?
Cabo?
Yeah, Cabo. You know, Cabo, my bad, Cabo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going there, you feel me? As soon as I get off this ankle monitor, you feel me? So, man, I'm telling you, live life, man. You live life and enjoy it, man. All this other shit, it ain't worth it, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a gang of homies. Like some of the names I named, they washed up. You feel me?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And some gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got a gang of homies, and I just left one of the homies that's a lifer. You feel me? He was my celly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had a few celly that was lifers. You feel me? And they young. So it's like, damn, cuz, like, and it's like, damn, we grew up together. And it's like, I gotta leave you in here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the motherfucker want to live that. It ain't worth it, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask about that a little bit, because that's something that I often touch on, is that survivor's guilt. Do you ever feel a sense of that where it's like, damn, like, I'm so fortunate right now. I got lucky, and there's other cats that did the same thing that aren't as lucky. Does that ever hit you?
Man, that always hit me. Every day I wake up, man, I feel blessed. I thank the Lord, you know what I'm saying, for giving me a life out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? I always feel blessed about that, because I done did a lot of shit too, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, I could have been weeded or dead, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I can't do nothing but to thank God for everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That what he made my life, you know, and what I became, because I know I was wild, you know what I'm saying? I was wild, and I still had the wild mindset. I'm still kind of wild, but it's like I'm toning down more. You know what I'm saying? I'm toning down. You feel me? And I have to. I have to, you know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, I'm either gonna be back in the jail cell. And you know what's crazy? The homie's gonna be on me in that motherfucker in there.
Yeah. What the
Like,
fuck?
stupid ass thinking, like, you a dumb ass thinking, like, you gonna come back to this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I made a promise to them, like, I ain't coming back. You feel me? And I'm promising myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming back to this shit. You feel me? Like, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it, homie. I'd rather work hard and strive. If you able to work for 10 cents an hour, you know what I'm saying? You can work for $15 an hour, $18 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You can work that. You feel me? It might not.
It's a trip because you brought up my boy Travi earlier, right? Travi always says, like, it's way harder out here than it is in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what makes you a man, because he's like, anyone could go in there and fuck some shit up. You know what I mean? But it's like out here, getting up every day, like handling your business, motherfucking having people that depend on you. You know what I mean? Like, that's some real man shit.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely right. It's way harder because in there it's easy. Everything comes to you. You ain't got to worry about the 3 meals a day. You know what I'm saying? You got soap, or you might have the homies that look out you with hygiene. You ain't got to worry about shit, really. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you just stay down. Like, you feel me? Make sure you don't you stay with the business. That's it. That's all. And that's easy. That should be natural. You feel me? But it's like, right here is like, you gotta, you know, get up, work, you gotta put food on the table, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pay bills, you gotta pay rent, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like, it's way harder out here, you feel me? But I love it though. I love it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because I always tell people, like, there's things that I can do that other people, because we live in California, you know what I mean? So it's like, at any time, if I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I could pick up my phone, tell my manager I ain't coming in, and I hit the beach. If I really want, I ain't gonna do that shit. I want to get paid. You know what I mean? But like, if I really wanted to, I can't. Like you said, there's homies that are doing all day. You know what I mean? Like they can't do that. They ain't never gonna see the beach again. You know what I mean? And that's something an opportunity we have. So it's like, yeah, we gotta appreciate that shit and embrace that shit.
Yeah, and them motherfuckers, you know how many people want to get that back, man?
Yeah.
There's so many people in there like that wish they can just be out here with me, you know what I'm saying? Or wish they can take, you know what I'm saying, my position, my spot. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's fucked up, man. But it's like, yeah, man. That's why I'm so fortunate. Like, I'm so thankful that I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? With this, you feel me? With this, I mean, I'm blessed to be sitting on this couch. I'm blessed to be talking on an interview with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I consider that as a blessing, man, because if it wasn't for him or God, or you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't probably be right here. You know what I'm saying? For real. So
you talk about, you've been out for 18 months. So I need to ask, where do you see yourself in the next 18 months?
Well, next year I'm trying to get a house, man. I'm gonna buy a house. So I see myself off parole because I'm still on parole.
Okay.
So I see myself off parole. I want to get a house. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a better and a decent job to where I'm like a manager or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to where I'm calling the shots. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I see myself in the next 18 months.
Dope. And before we wrap it up, do you have anything else you want to say?
I want to give a shout out to all my real ones, man, that went through this YA system, that's out here living, doing good. And even the ones that's incarcerated still, man, I want to give y'all, you know, a shout out, man. Keep y'all head up, stay strong, man. And the key to success, man, is staying out here, man, living, man, and taking care of business, man. Fuck all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? For real. And stand your ground as a man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you could ride in there, you could ride out here in a positive way. In a positive way. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with us, G. And that's Crip Jolly, Harlem 30's. Appreciate it, my boy.
All right, man. You have a good one. Appreciate that too, man.
Much love. And we out. Peace.
Much love.